Hi, Doug Casey here, Down to Earth Golf. This is if you're a really good chipper, but you want to refine it and even get some better techniques. The first thing is if you grip the club strong. So if your hands, as a right-handed golfer, are turned this way, left-handed golfer the other way. If your hands are turned this way, you might find it hard. Your chips usually go lower and roll further than somebody that has a neutral grip. I don't like to change people's grips, but for chipping, you might want to go with a weaker grip. And even if you have a neutral grip, you might want to try a weaker grip and just see what happens. Because when I weaken that grip on, so here's my normal grip there, it's a little strong, okay? If I take it and I weaken that left hand, put it more in the palm, and even weaken the right hand, again, put it more in the palm, believe it or not, that'll really affect that face of that club and how it hits the ball. And it'll hit chips usually higher and softer. So, got this straightforward chip shot. I've got my gap wedge. Okay, my normal grip will hit a certain trajectory and it rolls out. Do the exact same setup, feel the exact same thing, but weaken my grip, especially with my left hand. It comes off softer and doesn't roll as far. But even if I take the exact same setup, exact same everything, except weaken my left hand, maybe weaken my right hand a little bit, left hand's more important, or top hand, sorry. Exact same amount of swing, the ball will come off softer and not roll as far. So you can change your grip to start to change trajectory a little bit and change what happens. The other thing you want to experiment with is your rhythm and tempo. So just like putting, sometimes people have different rhythms and tempos. You want to find what works for you. You know, Brent Seneca, when he putts, has that pop stroke, and Phil Mickelson has a big, long stroke. And usually you'll see that in their chipping too. Brent has more of a pop chipping, and Phil has more of a longer, a smoother chipping motion. See what works for you. If you can get a longer and smoother one, I'm going to say that'll work better for most people. So experiment with it. Try hitting the same landing spot, but with different length backswings. And just see what happens. So here's one where I'm going to take the club back about 2 feet, fly at about 15 feet. And here's one where I'm going to take the club back about 3 feet and land at that same 15 feet. And the ball will react differently where it lands in the green, depending on what I do. And obviously, you know, you might want to be more comfortable, want to do what's comfortable for you, but experiment with it. See what happens when you take a big, long swing and kind of what will feel like ease into it. Don't want you to decelerate, but it's okay just to ease into it. Try it and see what you think. The other thing you can change is what we call an exit position, or a finishing position. So when I'm coming straight at you, I can kind of come right at you and exit high with my hands and arms well away from my body. Or I can exit kind of medium around, hands are closer to my body, and the club head's a little lower. Or I could really exit that way. I'm not using my wrists, I'm just changing the way my arms and shoulders work, and now that club head's almost touching my body, and that club is really low to the ground. Those will hit different trajectories. Lower and around will go lower, higher and further away from my body will go higher. So you can change trajectories that way too, by changing what we call your exit position. So we can also change trajectories by changing our exit position. Try it, see what you think. Good golfing.